Hey everybody, this is Threshold Training's at-home workout for Monday, April 6th, 2020. We have a couple of different parts today. We are also doing our baseline test today. It's a body weight test, so we will be redoing this in the future, probably more than once. So we'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to start off today's workout with a little bit of strength and stability work up front. So we have 5 sets. You are taking no rest between sets and exercises. So you're just going straight through, going through each exercise 5 times at a steady pace. We're going to start with 12 dumbbell or barbell RDLs. So if you do have a dumbbell or barbell, essentially you're going to hold the object up here by your waist. Feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to unlock your knees ever so slightly. Keep your knees unlocked and don't bend them any further as you push your hips back. Shoulders go forward over your toes. You should feel like you have balanced weight between toes and heels. Go as far as your flexibility will allow. Do not go beyond the point at which you might lose your flat back position. And then come back up to standing by pushing the hips forward. Okay, so 12 RDLs. Okay, load for that is going to be whatever you have around the house. Could be dumbbells, it could be a heavy kitchen appliance, or maybe a toolbox, okay, something with a little bit of load, but that you can do all 12 in a row. If you have a barbell and you have appropriate plates and loading strategies, you may do about 30% of your max deadlift, or about 50 to 55% of your 8-rep max deadlift that we found a couple weeks ago. Then we're going to go to 20 to 30 seconds per side of a top of the bridge hold. You're going to be on your toes for this. So this is how it's going to look. Your entire body is going to be laying flat on the ground. Okay, legs are going to be, or feet are going to be away from your hips a little bit. You're going to raise your hips up. You're going to hold that position. You're going to raise your toes up. You're going to hold that position. Then you're going to take one leg away. And you're going to hold. Okay, you're pressing down. You're holding for 20 seconds. And then switch sides and hold. Okay, this is going to be very challenging, specifically on the ankle, foot, and lower leg, around the calf area. So if you need to break the 30 seconds up per leg, maybe you do 10, 10, 10, and 10, feel free to do that to preserve the quality of the movement. We should be staying straight during that bridge. So once we lift one leg, we shouldn't see the hips roll towards the leg that's off the ground. We should be able to stay square towards the ceiling. Right? Imagine your hips are like headlights, right? Headlights face forward. Okay, one doesn't just roll off to the side or turn to the side. And then we're going to do 20 seconds of a side plank, either on your feet like this, or you can go on your hand or your elbow, or you may perform them on your knees as well. And that's fine too. 20 seconds per side. Once we're done all 5 sets here, we're going to go to our baseline test. You're just going to complete the following body of work 1 time through. So we're going to start out with a 400-meter run or 500-meter row. If you are biking, we're looking for about 2 minutes of work or less. Then we're going to do 40 air squats. So what we're looking for those air squats, feet about shoulder width apart, your hip crease goes below your knee, like so. Chest remaining tall as you go down. So technique points of performance. Okay, I'm going to screw my feet out so my knees go wide, and it can make room for my hips to get below the parallel line of my knees. 30 sit-ups. Okay, so my shoulders touch the ground, hands come up, and I touch my toes with my hands. Then we'll go to 20 push-ups. So plank push-ups, points of performance here, chest touch the ground, elbows achieve lockout. Okay? So make sure from a technique standpoint your hips and your chest are rising at the same rate. Okay, this would not be rising at the same rate. Or one of those. Then last but not least, we have 10 strict pull-ups. If you have a pull-up bar, hey, use the pull-up bar to do 10 strict pull-ups. Otherwise, if you have a dumbbell, the other pulling motion we're going to substitute for that is a renegade row. So you do 10 per arm. Renegade row will be in plank position. You will row the dumbbell towards your pocket and then switch arms. And as much as you are pulling the dumbbell towards your pocket, you are pressing the hand that doesn't have the dumbbell through the floor, and you are trying to keep your shoulders and hips square as you row the dumbbell, so that way you're not turning with the pull. If you have two dumbbells of equal weight, you can just use two dumbbells and alternate back and forth. Otherwise, if you have one, you can do one, roll it to the other side, do one. For the strict pull-ups, we're looking for the chin to come over the bar. Okay? Elbows are going to be by your sides as if you were trying to pull them down towards your pockets. Okay? And feet are going to be in front of you in hollow position. So fight the urge to break at the knees or the hips, right? Or arch the back. So that way we can keep a nice hollow position. Okay? Here, with our feet pointed out, legs straight, the whole time through for the pull-ups. You might have to break these up. Okay, that's okay. It benefits you to do consistent sets versus a whole big set of 5 and then maybe do singles, okay, and the quality is not as great. So that's today's workout. I will bring you a little closer if you need to write it down. So you can take the time to pause the video and write down the movements of the workout. All right, so you can get outside for this one and have fun with it. Have a happy Monday.